We have water supply users, industrial users, fish and wildlife, boaters and recreators, people that own lakefront property or businesses around the lakes. So there's a lot of purposes that we try to manage the water for simultaneously. The Savannah River Basin is approximately 10,500 square miles. Starts in the mountains of North Carolina and Georgia. The Savannah River that's operated by the Corps of Engineers is 3 large reservoirs for multi-use: Hartwell, Russell, and Thurman. It's a large river system that's managed as a system. There's a lot of competing forces for the water. The upstream lake property owners and local business and recreators all want full lakes all the time, as you can imagine. Downstream biologists and fisheries, they need the water for the fish. Water supply users downstream, Augusta has a large intake and they need water to supply for their city. So there's a lot of competing interests that make managing the basin difficult at times, and especially in times of drought. Climate matters very often, and it definitely impacts our management. In the 90s, it seemed like it was consistently wet. We were always managing for flood risk reduction to protect Augusta. As you got into the early 2000s, it started to get really dry. Within the last 5 years, we've seen the drought of record and some of the worst droughts we've ever seen. I say that with the caveat that quickly after the drought of record, we immediately recovered and went directly into one of the worst floods we've had in a long time. Every study now that goes through planning, our long-term studies, they go through climate change analysis. We are in the middle of working on a Savannah River Basin comprehensive study. And we just recently modeled 6 alternatives for a potential way to operate for drought. So we've kind of all come together. We've gotten a lot of planners, a lot of engineers, a lot of biologists, fisheries biologists. Get everybody into the same room, so to speak, and trying to figure out what's the best way to manage the water as a system.